What is up, you guys? It's your boy Shady Luke back with another video. And today, man, we're gonna talk about the Chicago Bears. Um, the Chicago Bears just fascinate me. Just like there's so many people that just are so like, you know, so back and forth with the Bears, and there's a lot of people that don't like Caleb. There's a lot of people that think that this Ben Johnson experiment isn't gonna work out, right? Um, there's a lot of hype with the Bears. People don't like it. I like it because I just want to see the Bears be good. I mean, the last stable quarterback they had and when they were decent was Jay Cutler, and they still couldn't get it done. They did get, if I remember right with Jay Cutler, they did get to an NFC championship game though. And Packers fans remind me, was it versus you guys with Aaron Rodgers? I'm pretty sure. And Randall Cobb ruined Chicago's day, just like Aaron Rodgers always does. But no, man. Was it the NFC Championship game? I can't remember. But we're talking about the Bears today. We're talking about the Bears, man. Super excited about Ben Johnson. There's a lot of talk. Some people are like, it might fail. It might fail. I'm like, it could fail. It could fail. I mean, first time, head coach, coming as a play caller to be a head coach. That's a big change. That's a big change. And now you're managing the whole team, and you're not just worrying about calling plays. Obviously, he'll be calling the plays, but he also has to worry about the rest of his team. You know what I mean? So, like, it's just a lot more stress added on top. But I do love, I've always loved this, and I've heard this from people talking about sports since I was a kid, and I've been on the train. When you pair up a young quarterback like Caleb Williams with a ton of potential, with an offensive mind, a fresh offensive mind who is highly regarded in the league. Ben Johnson is highly regarded, whether people want to talk about him possibly struggling or not. He is highly regarded, and he's a very smart man. I love that. I love that. As opposed to pairing them up with a defensive coach who's not necessarily on the same board with the quarterback. You know what I mean? As in scheme-wise. But, I don't know. CJ Stroud was kind of an outlier. Who was it? Bobby Slowick. Bobby Slowick was really good his first year with CJ Stroud, and they had some success. But with lots of quarterbacks, I feel like they should have that head coach that's an offensive mind, some type of offensive mind. And I think Ben Johnson is a great fit for Caleb. I really do. Just coming from Detroit, they're run heavy. They believe over in Detroit, and I know Ben Johnson just brought this over because they brought over Joe Thuney. You know what I mean? Offensive line. Offensive line is so key. And Caleb, kid was sacked 68 times, dude. 68 times. Were some of those times his fault? Yes, they were. He's in the top of the league for holding the ball. Holds it over 3 seconds. So yeah, that is something he does need to fix. But, offensive line, so important in this league. So important. Some coaches do not value offensive line like others. Some GMs, some team, they just don't value the offensive line like others. And it's like, dude, give your quarterback time. At least have your offensive line average. You know what I mean? Average to above average. And that was something that was just really tough with Chicago. Their offensive line. And Caleb, you have a rookie with the mess that Chicago had. I mean, I don't even know why I go back and forth with people on X about this. People act like these quarterbacks, and I mean, dude, we're in a period where people want that 1 to 2 years. You got 2 years. Be good in those 2 years. And I'm like, dude, I grew up on freaking Peyton Manning. I grew up on Tom Brady. I grew up on Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees. Dude, all those guys, Carson Palmer, they got better as the years went by, dude. Like, Tom Brady, I remember when I was a kid growing up, like, he was highly regarded. But, man, I'll tell you what, after he tore his ACL and seasons after that, if I remember right, Tom Brady was like 31, 32. Years after that, Tom Brady was much more highly regarded. Like, he was highly regarded as one of the more, like, better quarterbacks / elite. After that ACL injury, dude, it was like, obviously they were dynasty at that point. We all knew that. But it was like, dude is elite. He is a future Hall of Famer. Same with Peyton. Like these dudes, they just got so much better over time. You know what I mean? And it took time. But these young cats, they don't have time. Us as fans were expecting them to be good right out of the gate. I don't believe it. But I guess that's just the current climate of the NFL. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's some GMs and teams that are more patient, but some aren't. So people are expecting Caleb to be good right out of the gate. I mean, just some stats, man. Like deep passes, 20 yards plus. He had a 26.7 completion. Not very good. Not very good, right? He came into the season with good wide receivers, dude. Like he had good weapons. People are like, oh, you know, this is a quarterback set up in the best situation. Yes, he did have weapons. But when you're switching offensive coordinators with a rookie quarterback and he's still trying to figure out the league, because it's not like college football, you're going to have some problems. You know what I mean? So the deep ball connection wasn't there. Adjusted completion on deep balls was 28%, still bad. But the talk this year has just been all about Caleb, and he struggled so bad and he was so bad. He's going to need to be better. I agree. He does need to be better. Everything with Chicago needs to be better, right? But I have a family member that is a massive Bears fan, a crazy Bears fan. I go over to my nephew's house every Sunday, watch football. I watched every single Bears game. People telling me that I'm like, you guys did not watch the full season that I just watched with Chicago. He kept them in games, okay? Because once Matt Eberflus went out, the defense was atrocious. Like the Bears defense under Eberflus, they're solid. Like they're good. They got some ballers on that side, especially in the defensive backfield. Like they got some guys that I really enjoy watching play football, especially Jalen Johnson. And as soon as he left, their defense took a complete nosedive. And there was games that you'd see Chicago still in it. And Caleb, dude, he's freaking orchestrating these hurry up, go down the field. And for some reason, like we saw the Hail Mary versus the Commanders, there were games where they were in a position to win, dude, or at least take a decent lead on teams, and everything just crumbled. Everything would just be like, right here, take a little bit here, go back up, straight down. I don't even know how Chicago fans did it. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad, man. I watched every single game. Every single game. If my birds were on, I would be watching their game like on the other screen because we play multiple screens. And I was just like, dude, this Bears team shows like promise with Caleb, and their offense is bad, but he's showing such good signs. And just like I'm saying, dude, people saying he played bad. I'm like, I don't think he played as bad as you guys think. I really don't. I am not on that train. I'm sorry. I can't get down with it. I watch every game. I'm like, I don't think he's as bad as you guys are saying. And just from a statistical standpoint, I mean, I looked up just some things on quarterbacks. Kyler Murray struggling. You know, people, we don't know what to think with him, inconsistent. 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Geno, people were like, Geno, good quarterback. Not, you know, top 10, maybe outside of top 10, top 13, maybe. Geno's a starter. We view him as a starter. 21-15. CJ Stroud, people view CJ Stroud so highly right now. 21 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Brock Purdy had a struggling year. Keep in mind, CJ Stroud, Brock Purdy, they're not rookies. They are not rookie quarterbacks. Like, I have patience for rookie quarterbacks. We all know they're going to struggle, okay? So you got Brock Purdy with 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Caleb Williams, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. This kid, things looked so bad on their offense, but 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And I watched all the games, and I'm like, I'm not seeing what you guys are seeing. I'm not seeing what you guys are seeing. I'm like, I see this as like morally a coaching issue. Yes, Caleb needs to clean up his things in the offseason and needs to get with the trainer, which I hope he's done. But I'm like, the scheme was garbage. Like, it was garbage. And there were situations where he had them in a winning position. Here come the penalties. Here come all these penalties. Where do all those penalties come from? A lack of discipline. Where does a lack of discipline come from? Coaching. It's coaching. I don't know why people act like coaching does not matter in this league. It matters so much, man. Matters so much. And like just the overall season, he had a 62.5 completion. Lower of the league, lower bottom of the league. But, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it, man. For all we know, he could be improving off of that. We could see a 66, 65. As long as we're seeing improvement this upcoming year, which I do believe I'm going to see out of Caleb, that's all that matters. We just need to see him get better, man. And like I said, the kid was sacked 68 times. That's so bad. So bad. Kid was top 7 in dropbacks as a passer. Okay? 241 as a rookie, bro. Like, he would average 33 pass attempts per game. That's not super crazy, but it is high for a rookie. I mean, you need to establish some type of run game, and they just didn't have it. If I remember right, DeAndre Swift is going to be back this upcoming year, right? And I expect Ben Johnson to use him and another running back. I want them to go out and get James Cook. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do believe James Cook and the Bills still haven't gotten their stuff worked out. I'm like, dude, go and trade for James Cook. James Cook is a really good running back, man. And from their offensive line, Braxton Jones, I thought Braxton Jones was pretty solid. I know the future is, people talk about Darnell Wright. Braxton Jones, I was like, I didn't think he was bad. And then they bring in freaking Joe Thuney, massive addition from Kansas City. And they brought in that other guard, and that just shows me, okay, Ben Johnson is going to invest in the offensive line. And as a Bears fan, you should be excited for that, because if he's investing in the offensive line, upcoming draft, I know we're looking at this year, but upcoming draft, depending on where your guy's at, he could be drafting a freaking high guard or tackle for all we know. You know what I mean? You gotta invest in the trenches, man. You have to. And just as far as their defense, their passing defense, even though they took a massive nosedive, literally they were atrocious the back end of the season. Even with that, if you look at like the rankings for like passing yards given up per game, their passing defense averaged out around, what was it, like 15th, 17th in the league, like middle of the pack. And I'm like, wow. Because I watched the games and I was like, bro, they were so bad the back end. Their rushing defense, 27th. That was an issue. They literally couldn't stop the run. Their front seven, they need to get their front seven figured out. Like, I hope their front seven plays better this upcoming year, because Caleb and that offense are they're gonna have to score a lot of points. They're gonna have to pull some Joe Burrow. Not saying he's Joe Burrow, but we all know how bad the Bengals defense is, and Joe Burrow is always having to save that team, and we don't want to see that out of Caleb. So hopefully they get that figured out. You know, get that to at least middle of the pack, because you don't want your defense out on the field all the time. And yeah, man, like their defensive backfield is what excites me the most about the Bears, because Jalen Johnson, I feel like out of all the corners, Jalen Johnson at times has been like highly graded by people in a lot of respect. I don't think Jalen Johnson gets enough respect. And I think this last season didn't do him any justice. It didn't do him any justice whatsoever. And, you know, along with Jalen Johnson, they got Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, if I remember right. On the back end of the season, he got concussion. He had some concussion issues, so he'll have to get that figured out. Those concussions are super tricky. Stack up too many. I mean, it's scary. It's scary, man. It's things that can be like career ending. So I hope that this upcoming season, that's something that he really doesn't run into, because I really do like the Bears defensive backfield. Like when they were coached by Eberflus, those dudes were some dogs. You know what I mean? Like they were some dogs. Like they're go-getter, play the ball, play the hands, play the ball, super physical, the point of the catch. Yeah, man. So between the offense and the defense, I mean, us as fans, we're all, you know, looking forward to Caleb. What is the offense going to look like with Ben Johnson? And I'm excited, because I think that Caleb is going to shut some people up, dude. Shut some people up. Like, I honestly would not be shocked if he had a stat line of like 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and they won more games. You know what I mean? Like, that. My guess with the Bears is I'm expecting between 7 to 10 wins. That's my guess. And some people are saying 7 wins would be a failure. I don't believe that. I mean, the way we look at it, you could make a good argument against me. 7 wins would be a disappointment, but I'm also looking at it like, okay, how did those other losses play out? Were they super close? Were they getting blown out? It all matters, right? But yeah, the big talk will be Ben Johnson in that offense. But I hope that defense kind of shows out like I've seen him in the past, because if that defense shows out like I know a Chicago Bears freaking Midwest defense can play, that team will they'll come to rip off some heads. That's all I'm gonna say. They got some dogs on that side, dude. Montez Sweat, you know, he's not like your S tier pass rusher, but he's a guy that can go get it every now and then. And I'm expecting him to play pretty solid. And their linebackers, like, they got good linebackers. So I'm expecting the linebacker play to be good. But everybody's talking about, like I said, everybody's talking about the offense. I think that the defense could make things much easier for that team. And I just, all around, we'll see. We'll see. For Caleb, I got Caleb, like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if he goes 28 and 10. 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, maybe even 30 and 10. But I'm going to go around like 28 and 10. I think that they're going to run the ball more than people believe. But Caleb's going to have those spectacular throws every now and then. You'll see it. You'll see it, dude. So, yeah, I'm going with 7 wins to 10 wins. That's my guess. That's my guess with the Bears. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the Bears. Do you think I'm way too optimistic with the Bears? Or am I kind of on the bar? You know what I mean? Chicago fans, let me know what you think. Other fans that hate the Bears, Green Bay fans, most likely in the NFC North. I know Minnesota and Minnesota and the Lions. They obviously, you know, they don't also like the Bears, but I feel like Green Bay and the Bears, dude, they have this. It's like the Eagles and Cowboys, like they hate each other. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let me know in the comments. Drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the Bears in this upcoming season. Anyways, guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Come check out your boy. All we do here is talk football. Come vibe. Tell me a video to pop out. You know what I mean? I'll give you anything. I'll start doing some reviews here real soon on players, but just got to get my MacBook situation figured out. Anyways, guys, it's your boy Shady Luke. I'm outie, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.